How do good ideas bubble up from anyone at any time? That's where we're at right now. Nothing is more important than talent. We are moving so fast exponentially.
The name of the book, Secrets of Silicon Valley.
That companies that were around for 150 years are now becoming obsolete.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Deborah Piscione.
I gotta tell you how thrilled I am to be the first speaker when everybody partied last night. My 6-year-old daughter, now I know how she feels when she has to go to bed early and everybody else gets to stay up partying. We have to take care of our talent. We have to network them within the organization. And so we created this process where improvisational innovation was going to be a formal innovation process. And this was going to be over the course of 9 months, where anybody can submit an idea. It's this mindset that anything is possible if you're committed to it.
You want me to leave?
Yes, I do.
But I prepared this great speech.
No. I prepared this great speech.
Jeez, some people have no appreciation.
Buenas noches. AI, very simply put, it's got one simple function, and that is to multiply human capacity. So I'm really excited today to talk to you about the metaverse and artificial intelligence and what this is going to mean. Our generations, from millennials, Gen Z, they're not going to have the work ways that I was very much indoctrinated into. And what's interesting is our management styles are still from 1911, when an engineer said, people don't have feelings, they're just cogs on a wheel, and this is just about getting things done. But I'm here today to say, we're gonna make that change. We're gonna learn about what artificial intelligence is, what Web3 technologies are, and the metaverse.
I wanted to go into companies. I wanted to understand individuals, but I also wanted to go into companies who did risk well. What was it about those bold bets, or the big bets and the bold characters? And for those companies that had the occasional spectacular failure, what did they learn from it? And so as I shared, I now travel around the world giving talks about risk-taking and innovation. And I let companies know that without risk, you're vulnerable. You don't move forward. You don't grow. And there's a real possibility that you're gonna learn market share, or even worse, become obsolete. So the response that I get all over the world is, we don't know how to take risk, what percentage, how should we look at this, what do we do with our P&L, how do we get our people beyond the day-to-day to think about risk? And the bottom line is, we don't trust each other. There's a lot of distrust within our organizations. Where does risk lie? How should I think about risk and taking risk in my life? And I like to think about it as a majestic tree, growing. The trunk of the tree is the foundation of who you are. The branches that extend from that trunk are who people expect you to be. The leaves on the trees are the people in your life. Sometimes they're there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. They stay and they go. And then that root system below is your ecosystem. It's that entire ecosystem of what makes you you. Risk-taking in all of us enables us to grow. Risk is the difference between living an ordinary life and an extraordinary life. These guys are crazy, these wingsuit guys. So I got to interview a bunch of them. And they actually travel at 135 miles per hour in their wingsuits, 10 to 12 feet above the ground, and end up doing these distances, these very narrow distances. And one guy said, I prefer to travel at 155 miles per hour because it's safer. But the one thing they had in common was that nobody accepts the status quo. You also know that you have a greater purpose, that money is not the driving factor, but your passion and your interest is. They value talented people and they know how to collaborate with them. They're not always the smartest person in the room. They are willing to learn from others, no matter how successful they are themselves. How do you engage people in a way that they feel value and they feel heard? And we realize that you've got to have an outlet for people to bring forth ideas in a trusted way and a non-judgmental way. How is entrepreneurship different in Silicon Valley than other places, which it distinctly is? Because so much of it is often based on failure and learning from one's experiences, but it's also recognizing that you can be part of the process of adopting other people's ideas, or you may have the idea for the next big thing. But the bottom line is there's an authenticity to the way that things are done in Silicon Valley that's very accepted, no matter who you are. Finally, they have conversations of what I call yes and. And what that means is no idea is a bad idea. Nothing gets squashed. It's not no, it's not yes but. It's you've got an idea, yes and let's try to work it out. Let's try to fund it. Let's try to make it come to fruition. And maybe it's not for this quarter, maybe it's 18 months from now. But we've got to encourage our employees to do the best they possibly can. On that note, I thank you very much.